Shaun Murray, congratulations, man.
Thank you, man.
Inducted into the Water Ski Wake Sports Hall of Fame. And what an amazing career. It just, looking over the years on everything that you've done, it's just been incredible. And how'd this all get going for you?
Well, first off, I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity, and it's honestly surreal to be here because I was, and I still consider myself just a kid out on the lake, having a fun time out there with my family and my friends. And I grew up in Southern California, and we started behind a boat that came with skis. My dad bought the boat, and it had a couple sets of skis, some adults, some kids. Mine were called Captain Kids.
Captain Kids.
Those are the first skis that I got on, and we would travel the state of California, and we would camp. And so we'd bring a tent.
Wow.
And we would load up the boat and tow it with the station wagon, and we would go and hit different lakes, Lake Shasta, Trinity, all these different places. And I remember the first time that I really fell in love with seeing like somebody that was really in control was Mike Siderhout.
Oh, wow.
I actually got to take lessons from him, and I saw him perform in a ski show. And I saw him do some slalom. I saw him do some different acts. They had a bunch of guys skiing, and as well as some girls. And it wasn't until I saw him do the clown act where he played this character named Hook Turner.
Really?
And
I never knew this about Mike.
Yeah, it was amazing. And his control on the water, he was so smooth. And when you're watching and you don't understand, you don't really look at the rough water. You're looking at the performer. But now I've been in the sport so long, I was just watching this VHS tape that my dad still has, and the water was crazy rough, yet he made it look
so simple,
so smooth and simple.
Wow.
And his control is what sold me. And I was like, I want to do that.
That's amazing.
And so ever since, and I never foresaw myself doing this professionally, but I just kind of wanted to get after that control.
Wow. And so what got you to go from water skiing into wakeboarding?
So I was around before the Scurfer came out, and it was actually at Lake Shasta pretty much that same day that I rented a Scurfer. So this is in 1987. And
wow.
So we rented a Scurfer from Silverthorne Marina. It took me a couple tries to get out. I was standing sideways going, I like this feeling. Now at the same time, I was still water skiing. I was barefooting. We were trying to figure out how to barefoot because we would only just see pictures and a couple video clips here and there. But it was when it was time for me to go to college. And I heard that if you go to Florida, I had moved from Southern California to St. Louis because my dad worked for an airline called TWA.
Yeah.
That was their hub. And we had moved on to a lake. So there was a lot more skiing at that point for me. It was kind of in the backyard, and we were still out just doing it for fun. So if you go to Florida and you go to college, you can get on a ski team.
Yeah, hey, great. Sounds good to me, huh?
Why not? If I'm gonna go to college, I'm gonna go ski. And so I actually moved down here to work at the Benzel Ski Center.
Sure.
And it was as Dave Benzel was selling it to Andy Hansen.
I remember that happening.
They needed a ski board and kneeboard coach. My brother was the kneeboarder. I've got an older brother and a younger brother, Chris and Paul. And I was the ski board coach, and he was the kneeboard coach. And then I needed to figure out how to 3-event because I didn't do it officially. And so I was actually coaching people in 3-event while I was learning how to do it.
Oh my gosh.
And so I went to Florida Southern College, right here in Lakeland.
Yeah.
And that's where I came down and was going to college to be a marketing major. But I was on the water ski team. But here's the thing that I don't know if I should say in this building, because it was when Mark Richart, he was my ski coach.
Okay.
He's a kneeboarder.
The kneeboarder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was my collegiate ski coach. He calls me in my dorm, on the phone that you pick up that's attached to the to the line.
Not a cell phone, a real phone.
None are around at this point. And he goes, hey, I want you to bring your wakeboard into my office. And he pulls out the rule book and he goes, hey, check this out. If your trick ski is 1/3 as wide as it is long, it's a trick ski. So we measured my wakeboard.
I can see where this is going.
Okay, this is why I hesitate to tell the story.
No, this is
so he goes,
story.
I want you to ride this at the next tournament. So I did. I was the first wakeboarder to ride a ski board as a trick ski. Not everybody was super happy, and I understand. I could kind of trick ski, but I wasn't great. But I could wakeboard better. And so I was competing against Ronnie Barton Bischoff.
Okay.
And she was actually one of the judges / skiers. And I could tell it wasn't going over great, but I was like, you know what? I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's not stirring up too much. They've since adopted it and brought in wakeboarding into the collegiate scene. But that was kind of my introduction into a little bit of the competition side of things. It was in my second summer, right before I went back to coaching at the Benzel Ski Center, which is now becoming the World Wakeboard Center. There was a wakeboard contest down the street at Jack Travers.
Yep.
Okay? And it was for the Masters qualifier. It was when wakeboarding was first going into the Masters.
Yep, and if you skied in the qualifier, if you won, you got to go to the Masters.
Exactly.
If you set this record or you did the performance needed.
But I had no idea what I was going to, and I had no idea who was going to be there. I just knew that it was down the street from
Benzel's.
where I was coaching. And Eric Perez, who was a guest coach at our school that week, goes, hey, borrow this wakeboard. This is Hyperlight's new twin tip board they just came out with. And you can go compete at this event. So I did. Day one went well. And I was competing against Scott Byerly, Darren Shapiro, Gator, like all these guys. And I was like, this is crazy to be around these guys. And when I went there, I was kind of blown away, but I still did okay. Day two, not so much. So I did make it to the Masters. But it was when I was leaving the parking lot, this guy comes up and he introduces himself to me. And he says, hey, my name's Tom James. I'm the editor of Wakeboard Magazine. You're good. You should go compete on the tour. And I was kind of taken aback by that. And my dad had traveled down from St. Louis to watch me compete. And I went and told him, I go, Dad, this guy just told me I should compete on the tour. So we did that year.
Wow.
And I qualified through and made it onto the tour, went back into school. I was kind of going to school, kind of competing. And it was at that point that I was saying, do I need to step back and see if I can make a go at this? And I said, Dad, can I take a shot at doing this? He goes, you can take one semester off, but you're going to set some goals. If you don't reach those goals by the end of that tour season, you're back into school. I reached the goals, and I haven't gone back to school yet.
Oh my gosh.
So here I am today. It was something I never saw coming, but I'm thankful for the amount of people I've met, the laps around the globe I've met, and it's just priceless. I mean,
Well, you know, for the folks that don't know what you've accomplished that are listening to this, how many world championships?
four times.
4 times,
Yeah.
world records. You created how many different, the Tweety Bird, what are some of the other?
There's a lot of different names. The Bel Air.
The Bel Air.
My middle name is Belmont. It's my dad's first name, so the Bel Air. I got to be part of a video game. It's honestly
Movies and
surreal.
all
Yeah,
kinds it's just a phenomenal career. You're being awful humble about it.
I appreciate it, but for me, it's like I said, I'm just the kid that likes to have fun out on the water. Yet I'm almost 45 years old, so
And you've done an
it's kept me young.
amazing job. You've done
Thank
well.
you.
Congratulations on your induction, Shaun. It's going to be great to see you up there tonight, and so well deserved. And delighted that I got to be the guy to chat with you, and you could tell this amazing story. Does Mike Siderhout know how much he inspired you?
You know, I don't know how much he really knows. I got a photo with him, and I've told him, and I know his son Kason. He's a really good wakeboarder, but I don't know how much he really knows he impacted.
I think he would be pretty overwhelmed and humbled to know that.
Well, I consider it an honor just to even, know him, call him a friend, and so it's pretty cool. And so, thank you for listening.
You're welcome.
It's
Great
an amazing
story.
experience. And
Great
you guys
stories.
have a great thing going here. So thank you. I can't share my gratitude for allowing me to be part of it.
Well, thank you. Delighted and congratulations.
Thank you very much.